Now then, people, it's Joe or Leeds TV, and it's finally time for your playoff semi-final, Leeds versus Derby second leg review. I tried to do this last night when I got in. I got in at midnight. I was absolutely beaten, absolutely on the floor, as we all are. We still are now, I guess. You know, I'm absolutely gutted, and it's started to come in now from friends of opposing teams, and you know, it's what football, it's what we do. Listen, you set yourself up. You know, and this is what happens. But you know, you've just got to move on. Last night, atmosphere wise, you know, just kick off, man. It was absolutely bouncing. You know, I turned to my friend Sean. I said, "This is what you live for, man." Them scarves marching on together. It was absolutely immense. So hats off to the crowd, and hats off to Bielsa, and hats off to the team for a fantastic season. It's just so disappointing for it to go out the way it did. But look, it's the Leeds United way, isn't it? On the way back, I read something, you know, first team in over a decade to be top at Christmas and not go up automatically. First team to win the away leg first and not go on to the playoff final. It is what it is. But listen, it's a lack of quality. That's what it is. Listen, we have a good nucleus of players, but what we must remember is this team finished 13th last season. And all we've done is he's got a few loans in that haven't really worked, you know, over the season, i.e. Blackman, Baker, Brown, Harrison, you know, sort of worked, I guess. And then, I mean, we paid 7 million for an absolute donkey, in my opinion. Goal to game ratio is on point, but I mean, what did Patrick Bamford do last night? And listen, we'll get on to that final goal, the final nail in the coffin last night when Jack Marriot scores the winner. I've watched it back on Sky this morning. Absolutely painful to do that, but listen, it doesn't really give justice to how poor Patrick Bamford was in the lead up to their last goal. Honestly, I'm absolutely fuming and sort of wipe my hands with it. But listen, he could come back stronger, you know, and I'll support him. I'll continue to support him, but there's no excuses for last night. And I said this in Monday Night Football, and I said it in my pre-match. In comparison to Roof, Patrick Bamford could make Richard Keogh look good. And Richard Keogh, on that last goal, basically absolutely bossed Patrick Bamford. I don't even know what Patrick Bamford's doing. He does an absolute, you know, run through the straight centre of the pitch and lays on a lovely little weighted pass for Jack Marriott to score. So my thoughts were true. Patrick Bamford made Richard Keogh look good. He looked good. Look, for me, we had the game sewn up. When Stuart Dallas scores the first. And Stuart Dallas, by the way, hats off, because what a performance by Stuart Dallas. He can hold his head up high. I thought he was absolutely fantastic yesterday. Absolutely fantastic, and has been. He played well at Ipswich. He played well against Derby in the first leg. But we had the game sewn up. We did. I mean, they knocked on the door, they hit the post, and they knocked on the door and shown they weren't out of it. But listen, the error for the goal is just crazy. You can't afford to do that in big games like this. This is all we spoke about at half time with my friends, with people who watch the channel, who always come over and we have a chat. You know, I think it's Mason Bennett just before Kiko absolutely sells him. And he does ever so well, and I think he plays it out onto the left to Stuart Dallas. And he saunters back. He gives it the old Conor McGregor. Arrogance that was. Because only 2 minutes later, Jack Marriott comes on the pitch. The ball goes through. There's a total lack of communication. You could say Cooper's at fault for you know, not getting rid or indeed even going for the ball when it looks like Kiko's about to put his foot through it. But it's the whole indecision. It's like fucking Silvestri all over again. Triangle, goalkeeper, rush, or fucking whatever it is on Xbox. That's what he's like. And the worst thing for me, after they get the equaliser, which buoys them up, I remember saying at half time, imagine what that dressing room's like now. Imagine Jack Marriott, how bouncing he's going to be. He's been on the pitch 2 minutes, first touch, goal. But almost straight after, Kiko does it again. He does it again. That's the arrogance of the man. What are you doing? Stay on your line. That's all everybody was saying. That's all we're all feeling. What are you doing? And it's not the first time. This is not an isolated issue. It's All the time. And the worst thing was, I think it's Mason Bennett. He absolutely sells him a dummy, which is great. Well done. Gives it the saunter back like he's Conor McGregor. 2 moments later, he gives away a goal. Now, head on. Right, okay, I've messed up. Screw. No, he comes out again and almost costs us another. I think it's Phillips this time that he collides with and almost costs us another goal. Honestly, absolutely fuming with it. But he's a good goalkeeper. Let's not kid ourselves. But these, I don't know what it is. Maybe he can afford to do it at Real Madrid, but not in the Championship, not at Ellen Road, not in this Leeds United side. That at times the season's been stuck together with bloody masking tape. The amount of injuries we've had. You know, I thought Dallas and Jamie Shackleton. Well done, Jamie Shackleton. I thought he was immense again. Mr. Reliable. These are the positives. I don't want to do a whole season review and what's to come next season, but people like Jamie Shackleton are going to get longer runs in the side. You know, he's looked quality. Jack Clark looked lively when he came on as well. Let's not kid ourselves. But the subs were made too late. No one's exempt from criticism, and we'll get on to the subs and the decisions made by Bielsa in the game a little bit later on. I thought Click played well. Lovely touch for Dallas. When Dallas scores our second to get us back into the game, and it's a lovely finish by Dallas, by the way. I thought Click played all right, and he hit the post, didn't he? He hit the post just before. I think as Pablo lays it onto him, and we know Click's dangerous in that position, and it hits off Richard Keown and cannons off the crossbar or post. I can't quite remember. But yeah, I still don't understand how it happened. Honestly, I don't. Like, the game was sewn up for me. The game was sewn up, and if we'd have stayed 1-0 up at our time, that it'd have been different dressing room for Derby. They'd have been on the floor. We'd have gone on to win the game. The mistake cost us, and that mistake then was the catalyst for it all. I think we conceded 3 goals in 13 minutes. You know, I'd just finished my tab and was just getting back to my seat, and Derby had scored, and everyone's going, Derby scored. I was like, what? How? You know, I didn't see the goal. I've seen it back since. It's a brilliant finish by Mount. Let's not kid ourselves. The guy was practically on the floor and he's just stabbed his foot out of it. It was a brilliant finish. You know, Sean comes in, my pal Claudio. I said, Derby have scored, you know. No one could quite believe it. I think we conceded 3 goals in like 13 minutes. And that mistake by Kiko and Cooper was the catalyst. It was the catalyst. And let's get on to Patrick Bamford. I said this. Roof occupies them defenders. They don't know where they are. I've just listened to the Square Ball podcast, and they make a good point. It's like Keogh doesn't know where Roof is in that first game. He's constantly having to check his shoulder. Where's Roof gone? Where's Roof gone? Not Patrick Bamford. I'll stand in front of Keogh all day, laboured. Hardly make a move. Hardly break a sweat. Because that's what it's like watching him. You don't care from the outside looking in. You look at goals to game. Yeah, he's talented. But every time that ball gets to him, it slows down. It's like he thinks he's got a lot more time on the ball. I don't know if it's because he's not fully fit, the injuries, but you need to put it in. And honestly, please watch that last goal back. Because being in the cop, when the ball's gone, I mean, the Sky cameras don't do it justice. It's a 50-50. And I don't know what he's trying to do, if he's trying to win a free kick or what. He's just weak as piss, and I've said it many times. He just crumbles. And Richard Keogh, of all people, I said this, he would make Richard Keogh look good. That was my worry. Richard Keogh, of all people, goes on a marauding run. I think he plays it in at Wilson, who gives it him back. And it's a lovely weighted pass through to Marriot, and Marriot chips Keogh, and you just knew then. You just knew. But yeah, you know, errors have cost us again. Error for the first goal and Patrick Bamford. But Patrick Bamford's whole performance was just littered with errors. He is an error. Patrick Bamford is an error. And, you know, I've watched Oscar's video and he says, oh, I'm sorry for... But listen, I know the Leeds United players. I will stick by Patrick Bamford. I was singing his name yesterday when the chance went up. You know, this is what football's like. But listen, he's not exempt from criticism. And if you're happy with his performance yesterday, then fair play. But not me. Not at all. And I made my disappointment known when they scored that goal. He was at fault for me. Richard Keogh beats him in a 50-50 ball on the halfway line, and he then goes on to assist the goal. If you're going to win a free kick, put your body in, mate. Don't be weak as piss. Concede a free kick. Don't lose out and then let him maraud up. Just look at his body language, the game. Just not good. And you know, you see people like KP in bits. Pablo Hernandez in bits, even Pontus Jansson. Listen, there's a lot of calls saying Pontus should have started. Not for me. I thought Berardi did a top job. You know, the game before. It's easy now in hindsight to say Pontus should have started. You know, but no. I mean, do you know what the frustrating thing is for the Bamford red card? To be honest, I thought the ref was card happy. He was very card happy. How many cards did he give out? 9 or 10. And I said, when he kept giving out yellows, I said, someone's getting sent off. Someone is getting sent off. And so it was, you know. And it was the same. I think Malone got sent off for them right at the end as well. And Izzy Brown has the effort to go, which is shocking. But we'll get on to Izzy Brown in a bit. But, yeah, the referee was so card happy. Couldn't wait to get him out of his pocket. So you always knew someone was going to go. But I feel for Berardi. And the reason being is because he was fouled 2, maybe 3 times prior to making the lunge on Bradley Johnson. Don't get me wrong, the lunge on Bradley Johnson was a yellow card. Could have even been a straight red. Honestly, it could have. But Berardi wears his heart on his sleeve, you know what I mean? And he was so frustrated, probably because of how the game had happened. And I know you've got to keep your head, but anyone saying, oh, you know, Pontus is just exactly the same. So with hindsight, he's saying, oh, Pontus would have been better. Yeah, not in that situation, because he'd probably do the same. He was fouled 2, maybe 3 times leading up to it. But it's a poor challenge, and he deserved to go. He deserved to go. You know, there's an error by Cooper for the pen. It was a pen. Harry Wilson, nerves of steel. Because I'm telling you, in that first half, when he came in that cop to take them corners, he was getting loads of stick and he bottled them. They kept hitting the first man. But it was the catalyst was the mistake by Keegan Cooper and Marriott scoring. They went in that dressing room. It's like Frank Lampard, and it's absolutely painful to see them singing the song, giving it all this. But this is football. Let them have their moment. It's fine. And I'm not being salty. I don't think Derby are a great side. They're not. And I think Villa beat them. But I'm not being salty. It's just my opinion. But it was absolutely painful to see them celebrating the way they did. But the point I'm trying to make is, look, Marriott, we made the mistake. Marriott gets him in. That dressing room's bouncing. Marriott's bouncing. You know, what were they? 8-1, 9-1 to progress? You know, they had it there. You know, they had all the reasons to come out. But we gifted them the opportunity with the mistake. We gave them a pen. And I also think Patrick Bamford was at fault for the last, you know. But well done, Harry Wilson, great pen. Can't say that. Mason Mount, top finish. Marriott, lovely. It's not an easy finish, is it? To put it over Kiko. And, you know, and just seeing you know, the fans. You know, I was so upset. I'm not going to lie. You know, and you come out of the ground and our lasses text me, I hope you're all right. And, you know, the poor lass, I came home and she'd drawn me a little sign from Harry. From my baby son, 6 months old, dad's going to Wembley. Do you know what I mean? It gets you there, but that's football, isn't it? You know, another thing as well, listen, we have said for weeks, months, give Izzy Brown a go. Don't bring him on with 5 minutes to go in the last game of the season as your last throw of the dice. Come on, Bielsa. Please. Them substitutions needed to be made 15 minutes before. Patrick Bamford needed to be off that pitch 15 minutes before. Facts. All season we've waited for Izzy. And you bring him on with 5 minutes to go in that game, you know, basically the last game of the season. Last throw of the dice. I don't know. There's been opportunities to bring Izzy in well earlier. Bring him up to speed. But, you know, what have we used him for at Bolton for about 5 minutes? Nearly got himself sent off, and then 5 minutes tonight. Or last night, sorry. Thought Jack Clark looked lively when he came on. But again, substitution, far too late. You know, but listen, the quality isn't there in the squad yet. What you've got to remember, Daniel Farke at Norwich, first season in the Championship, finished 14th. Chris Wilder, debut season in the Championship with Sheffield United, finished 10th. They've both gone up automatically, and deservedly so. And that's the issue. We shouldn't have even been in the playoffs. Let's be honest. I don't want to do a whole season review, but I'm just giving you my thoughts now. But Marcelo Bielsa, or Marcelo, third in his first season in the Championship. And he said in his press conference or post-match last night that he's willing to listen to any offers. So you've got to be positive with that. And with a little bit more, money, a little bit of backing, a little bit more quality, a little bit more depth, because I think that's one thing he has to learn, is that the 2 players in each position just isn't quite enough, in my opinion. The loan market didn't work. Blackman, Baker, Harrison sort of Brown, these didn't work. I think next year we will be stronger. A fully fit Barry Douglas, for example, playing at left back. I really like Roof. I'd cut my losses on Bamford, I would. I'm sorry to say, I would. But if he's still there next season, I will support him. Because his goal-to-game ratio is there for all to see. It's his overall gameplay. I don't know if it's just not suited to us. And he's at fault last night. So is Kiko. But Kiko's a good keeper. He just needs to, calm the fuck down. You're not on the PlayStation. You're not at Real Madrid. You're not at the Bernabeu now. You're in the Championship. Remember that. But yeah, I'm on the floor. Like I say, I tried to do this last night. Couldn't do it. Honestly, I couldn't. I was too knackered for a start, but I came in and just everything I was saying, it was just pouring out of emotion. It just made no sense. But hopefully, this has give you some. And look, it wasn't our time. It wasn't our time. Like I said, we finished 13th last season. And with all the injuries that we've had for us to finish 3rd was a great achievement. With not much influx of personnel. But we move on. We go on. We march on, as we say. We'll march on together. But I want to leave it there. And let me know your thoughts, please, guys. Let me know what you think. What I do want to say as well is just thank everyone so much for the support at All Leeds TV. I want to thank Tash, Conor, Oscar, and Claudio, because I couldn't have had it with a better group of people, in all honesty. But then the fans as well, and there's so many that I want to roll off, but I'm going to save it for Monday Night Football so we can all have a good chinwag and talk about the season and maybe pick it apart and where we thought we've won and lost. And I don't think I'll do it justice by just sitting here and reeling the names off the top of my head. I want to go away and take some of them names and actually name check you, because it's been an absolutely fantastic season. Thank you to Talking Short, LS11, them that have helped us get here, them that have put us on a platform, gave us that opportunity to be out there. It's just been amazing. It's been an amazing season. That's the thing. It could have gone. It was going to go one or two ways, wasn't it? And everyone said that Bielsa was going to go like the Lazio. He was going to stay, and it was going to be amazing. And it has been amazing. It's been the best season since the Premiership years. Do you know what I mean? It's been the best season, and if we can keep Bielsa, it'll be even better next season. Believe that. A little sprinkling of quality, some backing, a bit of a bigger squad, and we win this league. We win this league, or we go very, very close. I don't care. We've played the best football this season. We have, at times, played the best football. Scintillating football. Absolutely gutted. Absolutely gutted. I just wanted Wembley, but much rather lose now than go down to Wembley. Yeah, that's the one positive. And we can just win this league next year, hopefully. But hats off to Derby, well done. You've done it. You've gone there, not being salty, but I don't think you'll beat that Villa side. But well done, because it was a fantastic performance. Like, I just didn't see it. I couldn't have seen it. But we've been full of shocks lately. It's not quite on the Champions League shocks, but it's a shock. Don't get me wrong. And the game itself was an absolutely unreal game for the neutral to watch. But then I say neutral, but everyone fucking hates Leeds, so they were all Derby fans last night. Let's be honest. Oliver Holt, a journalist, came out and said, there's not a lot of sympathy for Leeds tonight, which there never is. But he said hats off to them because they played some amazing football. And Bielsa has made it a joy to watch, and it's been a joy to watch to us as fans. And I want to take my hats off to them players. I struggled to sleep last night. I couldn't get it out of my head. I kept seeing fucking Frank Lampard bouncing around in that dressing room. I'm not going to lie, it was horrible. But hats off to some of them players. They've put it on the line. KP, unreal. Pablo, unreal. Luke Ayling, unreal. Hats off to you. Jamie Shackleton, Jack Clark, Berardi, Pontus, Cooper. Cooper's been amazing. Captain fantastic. Fair play. Alioski, all of them. Hats off to you, because you've made it amazing. But long may it continue. We can do this, and we'll go again. Believe that. We will go again. Just got to, Take the pill, swallow it, go on holiday, enjoy your holidays, come back stronger, ready for the fight. You know, keep it locked to All Leeds TV. Make sure you watch Oscar and Conor's review, and I'll see you all on Monday for Monday Night Football. Thank you so much, so much for the players this season. Thank you so much for them guys that have watched me, for taking All Leeds TV, that next step, because it's been absolutely unreal. And long may that continue as well. Thank you so much, guys. Marching on together. Leeds, Leeds, Leeds!